Very good afternoon to you all, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for joining the live streaming based training session this afternoon. I am so happy and so delighted to be speaking to you this afternoon. My name is Ashish Singh. I am a business coach to many leaders, and I help people achieve their dreams faster than ever before with ideas and trusted tools over many, many years. It's my great honor to be speaking to you today, this afternoon. We're going to do something really exciting. Let me tell you something very exciting as we start. I was listening to a very interesting song by Matt Canary. It's a lovely song called Breathe In, Breathe Out. And it got me thinking, breathe in, breathe out is such an important part of our life. Now that most of us are at the moment operating from our homes and with our families, it is time for us to breathe in the right learnings, to breathe in the right ideas, the right tools, the right thought process, the right mindset, the right motivation. So that when you're out performing, you breathe out with a lot of impact, a lot of power, and you achieve massive success together. So it's a breathing time, and we are therefore with you to partner today to make sure that this breathing time is extremely wonderful. Now, we're going to have a great, awesome time today in this session for the next 20 minutes. Let me share with you something very exciting. When we're looking at, as we know, today we have an exciting session, and the title of the session says the science of motivating self. The science of motivating self. Now, why is it sometimes we feel very excited, very energized? I know a few days we are full of power, full of passion, and sometimes we feel a little low, little challenged, and we are not in the right mind frame or in the right form, right? Like the sports captain have mentioned, and the sports coaches have always said that, sometimes players are not in the right form. So how could you be in the right form? We're going to learn some amazing ideas today. Now, throughout this session, you and I will be interacting through the chat box, and I'll be very happy when you're talking to me. If you like something, if you want to give me certain comments, please give me a thumbs up like that, and that'll make me feel very happy further. Okay, so let's start with this. Now, when it comes to motivating self, my mind is thinking as I talk to you about a power generating plant. Now, here's the point. The power generating plant does not have energy, but it generates energy. The power generating plant has got no energy, but it generates energy. How does it generate energy? Well, it generates energy through a sequential process. And that sequential process of events lead to a final result, and that is power. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at a sequential, systemized, organized process leading to a specific result. And therefore, motivation, the science of motivation is exactly what we look at from the PowerPoint perspective. It's an organized process, certain activities done on a daily basis without fail, and you have massive result. That is a lot of motivation. So today, we're going to learn 4 powerful ideas to be highly motivated every single day. How many feel excited? I know you're excited. Great. So let me share with you with something very exciting. I want to ask you one question. It happens a lot that certain times you would have seen some people are very excited and they have a very positive body language. You'll see them sitting with a lot of confidence and they feel very happy with a smile on the face. And you would have also seen that sometimes they feel a little low, and you would have seen them sitting with their hand on their forehead and looking down. Now, that leads to a very important discovery. This great lady that you see on the screen right now, her name is Amy Cuddy. Amy Cuddy is a professor in the Harvard Business School, and she's done a lot of great work on researching what is the biggest reason why people are so motivated. Guess what she found out? She found out one of the greatest reasons of motivation is your positive or negative body language. Sometimes you're extremely happy, and therefore you feel very happy because the body is fully charged up. And sometimes when the body is feeling a little low, you're feeling a little low, you have a little low power pose, and you are therefore not very motivated. Her research has got something very exciting for us to learn. Let's have a look. It says, standing in a posture of confidence, even when you don't feel confident, can boost up your feelings of confidence and might have an impact on our chances of success, which means positive body language creates positive motivation. Amazing. It's so incredible. Which means when you have the right body language, you can create with the right body language, the right motivation. Let me show you certain pictures here. Have a look. Look at this slide here. You see this lady here in a Wonder Woman pose. And look at the gentleman in a very submissive pose right now. Of the two, it is natural for all of us to understand that the lady is far more motivated than the gentleman. And look at this picture here. The lady looks a little low at the moment, and she's got all the thoughts which are making her feel a little low at the moment. And look at the gentleman right here. And now compare this low power pose with this pose, the high power pose. You're feeling so charged up like this. And look at this pose. Now, therefore, one of the greatest things Amicary says is, if you want to be highly motivated, please observe yourself and ensure that you have high power pose, not a low power pose. Because a high power pose will create the high amount of energy for yourself. When you have the high power pose, you're able to get a lot of positive energy to yourself. You feel extremely confident. And in this world, it's all energy game, right? We have positive energy and negative energy. And your positive poses have statistically shown to Amy that they create massively positive results and make you feel highly motivated. That's the first thing I wanted to share with you. Very important point, power pose. Now, there are three steps to it. First is power pose. What's the second key thing? And I'm sure you would have seen there are some people, you go and ask them, hey, how's it going? And sometimes they, oh, it's going great. And you feel happy. Wow, look at the motivation level when they say great. They feel excited. It shows about their mood. It shows about their current mindset that they are feeling very confident. And I'm sure you would have also come across some people. You ask them, how's everything going? And they'll say, not bad. Okay, just managing. And you could easily differentiate between these two people. Now, here's the point for us to understand. If you really, really want to be motivated, listen to this one. Your quality of the words decides the quality of your motivation levels. Yes, the words that you choose decide how motivated you possibly are at that moment. Now, look at yourself. For example, if I ask you this question, how are you feeling? You'll say fine. If you say fine, you feel fine. People around you also feel fine. But when I ask this question, you are feeling great, you say, I'm feeling great. You feel great. You feel charged up. People around you also feel charged up. So the point is, and my submission to you is, if you want to be highly motivated, choose high-powered words. High-powered words will create high energy in you. And high-powered words like awesome, amazing, fantastic, I'm doing great. That was a fantastic idea. Thanks for sharing. You're having a lovely food this afternoon, and I'm sure you had a beautiful lunch. Did you tell your spouse or your mom or dad that it was such a delicious meal? Use the word delicious rather than, yeah, it was okay. And you will see that there is a lot of motivation that goes in you when you use high power words. You speak to a friend this evening, all right? And let's say he asks you, how are you doing? You say, I'm doing great. You're going to see an instant change. He is also going to feel highly motivated. And he's going to say, wow, you're feeling very happy this morning or this evening. What's going on? So the point is, great people choose to use high power words, and that creates a lot of motivation in their mind. Now, here's the third and a very important point on the same power lines. Very quickly. Now, have a look at this one, guys. Now, what you wear, and this is my little thought process I was thinking this afternoon. Your uniform puts you in the right form. Your uniform puts you in the right form. Let's say I'm working from home and I'm wearing these comfortable clothing. The moment I pick up these comfortable clothing, my mind gets a message that it's time to relax. My body says, well, I'm not interested in working anymore. And therefore, my motivation level is not at the peak. I feel a little low. I don't feel very excited that day. So it's very important for you. It's very important for you. If you really want to be highly charged up, you need to really make sure that you choose to do the right power dressing. It's called dress to impress. People who are well dressed up are far more motivated. And like I said, when you put on a good uniform, you get yourself in the right form. So let's revise quickly. This is called power dressing. Let's revise. We learned three powers. That's the first tool. Power poses, power words, and the third one, power dressing. Let's look at the second important tool on how you could be highly motivated every day. The engineering. It's a story. I want to share a story. I was traveling in a metro train, and I was traveling from this place called Barakhamba Road to Dwarka, and in the metro. Now, the metro was fully packed up. So we were standing holding the iron rod, and I saw there was a station called Rajiv Chowk. And the moment the metro arrived at the Rajiv Chowk station, the doors opened up and there were a lot of people inside. There was no space. Amongst those lot of people was this old man. And I saw this old man was wearing a kurta pajama, and he had a lot of stuff to carry in his hands, and he had a backpack. And I immediately thought, I wish there was a seat here for him. And I wanted to speak to somebody who was seated to kind of request them to, could you please offer your seat to him? I think he needs that more than you. And the moment this thought came up to my mind, I saw a guy wearing a red shirt quickly left his chair and moved up to this man and said, sir, why don't you come and take my seat? And he helped him park the stuff that he was carrying under the bench. And he was so happy. And this guy came up to me. And this red shirt guy and I, now we're standing together. I looked into his eyes and I was so overwhelmed to see this. I was so happy. I said, you know what, sir? What you just did is a great act of kindness. It's people like you who make this world a beautiful place. Even today, if we look at India and we look at India as a golden bird, it's people like you who've made it like that. Thank you for doing this. You are amazing. The moment I finished talking, I could see tears rolling over his eyes, and he said something very important. He said, I've been nice to people every time. I remember doing all of this I can for the last 20 years, but you're the first person in the last 20 years who's recognized this and who's complimented me. He gave me a hug and he said, now that you've complimented me, I promise you, I'm going to do this and better than this every time in my life. I was going back home and I was thinking, what did I just do? I felt extremely charged up. I felt so amazing because suddenly I realized what I just did made me feel so good. I had lifted my self-esteem, my worth in my own eyes grew up. When you do something for people that people cannot pay to you in cash or kind, your self-esteem goes up tremendously and you feel highly motivated inside. And that's exactly what I want to tell you about, your friends. My second important tool to be highly motivated is this. Please motivate others. When you motivate others by recognizing what they've done so well, they in turn will give you a lot of boost up to your self-esteem, which is your internal motivation, and you're going to feel highly charged up, extremely charged up. My dear friend, it's going to be amazing. Let me share with you the next one, very interesting. So we talked about two important, amazing ideas on how to be highly motivated. The first thing we learned was the three powers. We talked about powerful poses, powerful words, and power dressing. And the second thing we learned right away is a very important point. We learned if you want to be motivated, motivate other people because their motivation inspires. The Vishwa circle, what goes around comes around. So let's get to the third very important point. If you're excited, please give me a thumbs up in the comment section. All right, thank you for that. Great. So let's talk about the third one. I want to share with you this very interesting point. It's coming up right here. Now, highly motivated people have something called a vision board. Yes, they have a dream to achieve. They have a big poster which says everything they would like to do in years to come. Let's say you want to buy a luxurious car or you want to buy a bigger house. Put that up right there. It gives you a reason to get up in the morning and do something. It gives you a reason to be extremely charged up. Let's say you want to be the next level in your organization. You want to become a vice president soon, or you want to become a CEO. Put that picture of yours and write down future CEO. Yes, you heard it right. Write down future CEO. When you get up in the morning, you'll have lots of power to chase that dream. And great leaders, incredible leaders achieve what they want to because they write it and they put it. And you know what I learned in my life? When it is written down, it is half done because your mind is focused on it. You will not do other things. You'll be doing everything that falls within the purview of your vision board. So great leaders have great vision boards. I spoke to somebody yesterday and this guy was a little low. So he said, you know what? I want to achieve my dream, but I can't go out right now because, there's so much of stuff going on. So nothing much to motivate me. And I told this to him. I said, you know what? I know you will one day become so great that probably the name of a country will be after your name. Let's say your name is Akash. So probably you'll have a name of a country like Akash in your country. Or probably, but that's not the case, okay? Or probably you'll become so great that you'll have a name of a city after your name, Akash Nagar. Or, but that's not the situation. Or you become so great that probably a road is named after your name, Akash Marg. Well, it is possible if you're so great, and I know you're so great, but that's not what I'm trying to say. The bare minimum motivation that you have, the bare minimum mission that you have is to become a role model If not for the road people, if not for the city, if not for the country, at least for your people at home. Become a role model for your kids. They would like to see you highly motivated. That in itself is a big mission to make sure that you have a lot of power, a lot of reasons to be highly motivated every single day without fail. So here's my third submission, everybody. Set a goal for yourself. For now, always remember, you have to be highly motivated because you have to become a role model for your kids and your family members. How would you feel when one day somebody asks this question that, your kids in a school or college, who's your role model? And they say your name, you'll feel happy. And you know what happened? February, I spoke to a few kids who go to school and asked them this question, who is your role model? And most of them said, my role model is Narendra Modi. My role model is Barack Obama. My role model is Shah Rukh Khan. And only a few people said that their parents are their role models. I mean, how would you feel if that happens? I'm going to feel very bad if my kids don't look up to me for one good thing that they can learn from me, right? So make sure you do something spectacular. And that's your biggest mission, to be happy because you would like to be a role model for your kids. All right, let's talk about the fourth, and a very interesting point, everybody. Very, very important point. Now, listen, how many times have you experienced that when you get up in the morning, there's a song playing? Let's say the song is Bon Jovi's It's My Life, It's Now or Never, boom, boom. There's a song going on. You feel very charged up, yeah? Vis-a-vis, let's say there's a song by New Colors, Pain in My Heart. It's a good song, by the way, but not that happening song in comparison to It's My Life. This morning time is the tone setting time for the whole day. Whatever you hear in the morning gets freezed in the morning. So if you're listening to It's My Life, when you're driving, the song is not playing, but behind, in your back of the mind, still you're hearing It's My Life, and you feel very charged up. So therefore, the point is, your morning is the tone setting time of the day. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant in the morning, it gets settled and stayed there and eventually grows positivity as well as negativity. So choose to plant only happiness in the morning. How could you do this? Very simple tool, my dear friends. The morning thoughts are driving thoughts, and my driving thoughts could become great only when I tell this to myself. Every morning, get up and make a positive affirmation to yourself. I am awesome. Today is a great day. I'm going to have an incredible time. I'm feeling excited, happy, and I'm going to have a lovely, awesome day with my people. When you do this to yourself, your morning mind is tuned in the right frequency of happiness and positivity. And that's the next point I want to share with you. It's number 4. It's called positive affirmations. Great leaders have this as a part of your daily regime without fail. I know you're a great leader, and I know you would definitely want to have this because you want to really become massively successful in whatever you do in your life. So, my dear friends, before we wrap this up, I want to revise 4 things that we learned today with you. The first thing that we learned today was powerful poses, the 3 power. And the second thing we learned today is, if you want to be motivated, motivate other people. The third we learned today is, set a dream, be a man on a mission, be a woman on a mission, all right? And the fourth one we learned right away is called 4 affirmations. And we talked about the idea of planting happiness every morning by telling yourself, you are awesome, you are amazing. Now, I want to wrap up this session with a very interesting story to share with you. Now, this is a story about beautiful farmers, and these farmers would actually have a lot of potatoes in their farms, and every day these farmers will carry potatoes from their farm to the market. And they will make probably one turn and one round, and they will put the potatoes in the wagon and then put it across. So what they had to do is they had to segregate the potatoes in 3 different sizes. There was a large potato, there was a medium-sized potato, and there was a small-sized potato. So all these guys would do is they were going to first and foremost segregate these potatoes, put them in different bags, and then load them in the wagon and take them to the market. Amongst those farmers was one farmer. Other farmers would make 1 round every day. This guy would make 4 rounds every day, and everybody was so shocked. So the other farmers one day asked this question, what's your secret, buddy? How do you make 4 rounds? We end up making just 1 every day. And you know what he said? He said, listen, here's my trick. All I do is I don't segregate potatoes. I just load them in my wagon just the way it is. and I take my wagon to the most toughest road, which has got a lot of potholes, uneven roads, bumpy ride. And when they go through this bumpy ride, I realize the bigger potatoes get up and they rise to the top. The medium sized potatoes stay in the medium, and the small ones get to the bottom of it. And the bigger potatoes, right there, then I sell them very easily, and I then come back quickly and I make more rounds. Isn't it so applicable to us also? You know, guys, champions like you are people who rise up like the potatoes rise up. When it gets tough, the tough gets tougher. Remember, you are a tough person. You get tougher with every tough time. And the best part of life is tough times never last. Tough people like you always last. You are there to last for long. And I'm always there to help you anytime in life with lots of energy and lots of passion and lots of positivity. Hey, I want to thank you very much for being a part of this short session. Hope you liked it. Whatever you felt about the session, please do mention that in the comment box. And if you want to search for me, just go to LinkedIn and type Ashish Singh Star, and you'll find me right there. It was a pleasure to serve you this afternoon. I wish you lots of happiness and lots of success. I'm always there for you anytime in life, whenever, wherever, and forever. May God bless you. Have a great time. Thank you very much for joining the session this afternoon. God bless you.
Ashish ji, it was a great learning.
Ashish, you were as amazing as ever. It was a very, very, very interesting and focused workshop.
Ashish is my mentor also, and a lot of things I learned from him. Yeah, and he has a lot to give every time. He is a human charger.
Thank you so much, Ashish. Never thought a virtual session can be so interactive. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Ashish.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ashish. Thank you very much for a wonderful session.